Hi. Okay, I just wanted to go over how to do the labs in here. There seems to be a lot of confusion sometimes about exactly what's required. So I kind of want to go through that. First of all, the way that I'm doing it now, there's also a disk available. You can sign up directly online. The way I'm doing it is by going in through mastering A&P. So this might work for you. I don't know what kind of access to PhysioEX that you got, but either way, this gets us into the program. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in here, and I can't view this as a student, so it's going to come up on my as an instructor. But the way that I access this is I go over here to study area, and when this comes up, it's going to show this is the textbook, but if you look over here, you can see that it has here PhysioEX 9.1, so I'll click on that. And then these are just, and I think this is where some of the confusion comes in, is people will look at this and think, okay, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. But it's not. To actually do the labs, these are just exercises, just questions. You don't have to do those. You just click on that, and it will take you to a separate site. It'll take you to the actual PhysioEX.com site. And then these are the exercises. So when I gave in the instructions, I said exercise whatever, activities whatever. See, if we click on this, you can see that there are a number of activities associated with, and each one of these takes, a reasonable amount of time to go through. But when you really compare this to doing an actual lab in class, where you're expected to be in lab for 3 hours, it's fairly reasonable. Okay, so what this does is it's going to take you through all of these things one by one, and including an experiment that you're going to do. Okay, so we can go to these are the objectives. You can read through those. This explains what it is that you're supposed to be learning, and I encourage you to do that, because we talk about these things. We talk about simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, things like that. So it does complement the class most of the time. And then it's going to kind of explain, of course, osmosis. You have to know osmosis, my goodness. And so this is the Prelab Quiz. So you can go through this, and you can try to answer these. Driving force for diffusion. Well, the driving force for diffusion is just the kinetic energy of the molecules in motion. So we can check the answer, and we can say that that's correct. Yay. And then now you can't do this, but I'm just going to push through these. And this is what I'm grading for, is to make sure that you don't do this. Actually, I'm going to go through and I'm going to make sure that everything was answered. I also have lab data. When I'm grading it, I can see all the lab data, all the numbers, all of the things that you did, and I'm just going to scan through that and make sure that you didn't just randomly pick on things. Okay, so that took us through the objectives, the intro, the pre-lab, and now we're doing the experiment. So it's giving you instructions over here. It says drag the 20 molecular weight dialysis membrane over here. Let's see, to the membrane holder between the beakers. So it says to grab the 20. So we move that, the 20 molecular weight cutoff membrane. So we move that, and then we've done that. So then we can click next. Increase the sodium chloride concentration to be dispensed to the left beaker to 9. So it's asking us to increase this to 9, and then click dispense. And it will dispense, and then the next move. Note that the concentration left beaker is displayed in the concentration window. Click deionized water, and then click dispense to fill. So click deionized water, dispense. Okay, and so we're going to just sort of move through this the whole time. And then it says click to record data. Now it's very important that you click to record the data, because that's what I'm looking for. And now it's not going to let me do that because I skipped a step, and so it makes sure that you actually got the steps that you were supposed to do, and that you did what you were supposed to do before you move on to the next thing. Now, this is what I was trying to avoid. Okay, and also you can see that this is supposed to be set up for minutes, but it actually clicks away very, very quickly. Okay, no diffusion. Okay, so then we record our data. And now this data is going to show up for me to look at to see that you've done that, so I'll look to see how much it changed and that kind of thing. Okay, let's see. So stop and think question. So I'm just going to click through this to get to another very important thing. So I'm clicking through, waiting until it tells me to submit it. Clicking through, and you can see, yeah, these can be pretty time consuming. Some are shorter than others. This seems to be a pretty long one. Okay, so then I submit that, and then I can go through these questions. Yeah, I can go through these questions. Just that's the post-lab quiz. I'll submit that. Review sheet. Now these are things that I have to actually type, and I look to see that you've typed them, because I want you to learn. And these are asking questions. They're actually asking you to think, and since I can't be there in class to make sure you're thinking, I depend on this to convince me that that's true. Okay, so click submit to record your answers. Click continue without submitting your answers. Okay, well, we can submit those. And then we have everything here. Now, this is what I was waiting to get to, is it says save to PDF. Okay, it's going to ask me to enter my name, which I will do. And then it's going to ask me to save it. Okay, so don't change. There's no reason to change this. A lot of people change this, the file name down here, and they'll put special characters, and then I can't access it. I can't open it up. So it's probably best if you leave it there. You might, if you feel the need, you can put your name behind it if you feel like, but don't add any extra characters. It does happen very often, but when it does, it's a real hassle. So. And then I can click save. I'm not going to save it because I don't need more files on my computer. And that's it. And then you would go back and do the rest of the labs, or do the rest of the activities. So if you're supposed to do another activity, then you would click on the next one, which is facilitated diffusion, another important concept, and work through that in the same way. So good luck. I hope that helps.